Hi, students. This is about the turning point. So, when is that turning point going to come in your life? You see here, first of all, I'm giving you an example of physics and see how the block was traveling with a constant slow speed on this incline. Its mass is m and weight mg is acting downwards. This angle of inclination is theta and the block is going down with a constant speed. So when I say that the block is going down with a constant speed, you can understand that force of friction acting on it will be equal to force of friction acting on it will be equal to what? Mg sine theta. Because see, the component of mg along this direction is mg cos theta, and component of mg along this direction will be mg sine theta. Now, all right, mg cos theta and mg sine theta. And when I say that the block is going down with a constant slow speed or the constant speed, the force of friction will be equal to mg sine theta. So in this case, you need not to have the value of coefficient of friction because the speed of the block is constant. That means upward force is equal to the downward force. And the base size of the block is, it's a square base block whose size is A into A. Its size is what? A into A. And height is H. Now, gradually, we are increasing its angle of inclination. This angle of inclination is gradually increased. So, we are finding the angle theta at which the block will start toppling or will start turning. So, look at this. Force of friction is acting in the backward direction, which is equal to mg sine theta, and weight mg is passing through the center of mass. Weight mg is passing through the center of mass. You see, like this. So component is mg cos theta and mg sin theta. Now, because weight mg is passing through the center of mass, its torque will be what? About the center of mass will be what? 0. And torque of this force of friction, about the center of mass will be mg sin theta into h by 2. Because this height from the center is what? This distance is h by 2. There's a torque that will try to make the block turn or topple the block. And the force that will try to make the block stable is what? It's mg reaction n. And reaction n, is equal to what? Mg cos theta. N equals to mg cos theta. Right? So the torque of this force n will be clockwise. And this torque will try to balance the torque of mg sin theta, which is trying to make it turn or toppled. So this torque will be equal to mg cos theta into side a by 2. Because this is a, so this will be a by 2. If this torque is greater than this torque, the block will topple. Mg sin theta, mg sin theta into h by 2 is greater than mg cos theta into a by 2. That means tan theta should be greater than a by h. So this is about the toppling in physics. What was the phenomenon? The block was kept on the incline and angle was theta. Block was sliding with a constant speed. It means force of friction was equal to mg sin theta. That means what? Force of friction was equal to mg sin theta. All right. Block was sliding down with a constant slow speed, and the question was that what? Gradually the angle of inclination has to be increased. So what should become the angle of inclination when the block will topple? So gradually we increase the angle when the angle theta becomes such that tan theta is greater than A by H, the block will topple or it will turn. Now, as I told you, it's about the turning point. So means this angle was the turning point of the block, that after this angle, the block will turn. And here I'm telling the real life story of a JEE aspirant, highly successful JEE aspirant. Few years back, this was the time, like the month of September, when we almost finished the mechanics in the 11th class for the JEE and NEET aspirant. There was a student of mine, I'm not telling you the name, there was a student who was, I felt he was talented, he had the capacity of struggling in problems, but yet the test that we took, the performance was not equivalent to the caliber. I analyzed, I talked to him, and I really found that he was lacking in two things. One, a motivation that really I can get that high rank in the JEE in the range of top 100. Second thing, the involvement. He was having multiple kind of involvements, so he was not focused towards the study. This happens when you're not having very high targets. You can have the multiple kind of engagements. Every small distraction can distract you. Every small other work can distract you. And this is what was happening with him. I talked to him, and probably he changed the way, though I did not notice it immediately. He changed the way, and he became more sincere, more involved in really working up to his caliber and capacity and the intelligence. Later on, when he got such a wonderful rank in the JEE that he reached to the IIT Kanpur Computer Science, then one day he told me that, sir, this was talked with you when you talked to me for half an hour on that day. That was the turning point of my life. And I really changed after that. I thought that I have the caliber. Sir says that you have the struggling capacity in the problems also. Your approach is also good. Then what is that is blocking him not to reach the top? He thought, he started, he acted, and he achieved. So for you also, students, I would suggest that why not to let that turning point come into your life? Start now, act now, and achieve. All the best.